Hello, how is every one of you pretty people? How is every one of you gorgeous, beautiful people? Okay, before we make the model appear, there is a little bit of co-working that I want to try and start and get done. There is an integration on Twitch which you can use, by the way. If you are on Twitch, you can throw tomatoes at me. I don't know why it's stuck on loading. Viewer data browser source. Let me update the cache page, and now it is loading. Okay. Some of them are free. Other are like they require bits to actually activate them. So just so that you know, there is actually quite a bit to talk about. But first, let us catch up on chat. This comes off as very out of nowhere, but lately I've been really moved by the love and faith that even though my pilot's parents had a lot of reasons to be disappointed in me, they still support and love me in many ways that someone like me really doesn't deserve, and I am really thankful for that. I think I actually told my pilot's mother that. And I also want to really say thank you for all of the things that for everyone being so incredibly nice to me. It really does mean a lot. I don't know why I say that all of a sudden, etc. You know. Okay, so what are some of the first things that why am I not showing the model first? I'm gonna have to open my Google browser first to set up the draft for a few. So some of you might notice that the previous hey, okay, thankfully the background audio is not on. Just with it, what is going on? Why are we okay, excellent. Funny thing, that was the video of a ASMR artist that I was kinda supporting. I was watching her videos because she actually did a very lovely script of my of one of the script fill of one of the scripts that I did. And now, while I said earlier on that I make the decision not to interact much, if at all, with female VTubers for a bunch of reasons, I still want to be nice to the people that are being nice to me. So generally, if they interact with me or if they are nice to me, then I will also return the favor, because of like ignoring them will be a bit too impolite. I did hear that there were actually a few people who are fans of cute boys that would prefer it if, for example, I ignored them completely, but I just don't. That feels too mean to me. I just can't bring myself to do that. So even if, for example, I will not go out of my way to interact with female VTubers, I will generally try and respond bad and be friendly. But rest assured that this will be usually a space for where there are only male VTubers for a bunch of reasons. Okay, so what was I talking about at the start? The previous stream got blocked worldwide because Ghibli and Toho Corporation did a bunch of copyright claims. And maybe you saw me being a little bit menjera on Twitter because I got really scared that it would result in the termination of my channel or something. And a friend later assured me, no, please don't worry too much about that. That is usually like an automatic thing. It's like an AI thing that sees that you played a little bit of the of an anime video, and then they automatically make the claim. But it doesn't mean that your channel is necessarily in danger or anything. And especially for me, it was especially important to realize and to know it wasn't like Miyazaki-san or Miyazaki Dono or Suzuki Dono. Dono is, by the way, a prefix, suffix to indicate particular respect to someone. When, for example, someone is like a governor or something, you use dono instead of san. San is like generally respectful term. Respect is very important in Japanese language. Dono, it's like when someone kinda sorta like when someone in English has the term knight or seerhood. Seer Turing is like a very, very honorable title. And if you're wondering why I don't say Takahata Dono, Takahata Dono unfortunately passed away already. He is no longer alive. May the Lord hold him in his glory. And so he's probably not doing a lot of copyright claims lately. But it meant a lot to me to know that it wasn't. Okay, sorry. That it wasn't them saying, "Oh man, feed this guy," etc. Sorry about that. It was just an automatic thing, and I decided to dispute the copyright claims one by one, because I genuinely believe that it is a justified use of fair use. If you saw the sorry, I just seen something here from Discord chat. Wait, I'm trying to think about what could be like sorry, I'll have to just loud, and then I will reply back to that comment saying something like, your next line is going to be like, etc. Because I cannot stay and chat on Discord right now. I had to start chatting. Wait, I'm just gonna write here a little bit. Gotta go, cause I gotta start. Wait, you lovely people. Wanted and moi. And then a kiss emote. I don't know if I should necessarily be this flirty in general, but yeah, whatever. Hey, come on, I know that there is a lip kiss. Okay, this. Okay, so essentially when you by the way, an advice: if you had a YouTube channel and if you are not sure that the copyright claimant is a legitimate person, in my case I am sure that it is actually Toho Corporation and it is Ghibli Corporation, the ones that are being the copyright claimants. You might want to be a little bit cautious of disputing the copyright claim, because you have to sign in with your real government name. Like you have to do that. And if it is a copyright troll, then they might have your real name, which if you are a Vtuber, then that might be a little bit uncomfortable for you. Now let me see here for a bit. I'm just going to reduce the bit rate for a little moment. Just to avoid problems with the internet connection here right now. And I am going to check how hard to write is likely uncontested, because my commentary is not transformative enough. And I keep the clip playing throughout. Another thing that I learned about it is that next time I play an anime clip, I am probably going to do something like mirroring the vision, or I'm probably going to do a color filter, etc. Yeah, typing lurk in chat helps a little bit, because Twitch now says that if someone is not writing anything for like I don't know, half an hour or whatever, or if they don't write anything, they discount that as a view. They assume that it's a bot or whatever. So if someone types lurk, then that tells the Twitch algorithm that okay, it's a legitimate view. Anyways, how to write? I have been reading a little bit about fair use, and by the way, a lot of people tend to have a bit of a mistaken idea of what fair use is. For example, they think that if you use only a few seconds of the total work, then that already counts as fair use. And it's a little bit more complicated than that. Well, fair use is in general a little bit more complicated than that, partly as a result of sorry about that, of the way that the, I guess now infamous Digital Millennium Copyright Act law was created, was drafted. And it should also be mentioned that that law was drafted in around 2001, 2002 or something like that. So it genuinely was written at a time when no one, and I do mean no one, even imagined the possibility that stuff like individual content creators like YouTubers, etc. will even exist. YouTube itself did not even exist. If you're wondering, by the way, why YouTube gets so annoying sometimes about copyright, it comes because of the historical situation that they almost went under. They almost went bankrupt from that really big lawsuit that the music and film industry gave them around when they were starting out. So as a sort of compromise, so that stuff wouldn't happen again, they had a lot of these copyright dispute claims that we have to deal with regularly. So it's funny. In the previous stream, I love your videos. You're so cute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will get back on track in a bit. I just like thinking about all of these things. A mile a minute. Um, it's funny, we were watching a little bit of Mononoke Hime in the previous stream, right? And a big part of a set of conflicts between each other. Sorry about that. Comes from understanding where each party comes from. I shouldn't talk about this too openly, but I had taken a few courses in my time. You know how a lot of countries had like this little you can try and have like a short course, a short technical course to become a plumber or anything like that. I took a short course about the ability of negotiation. Sometimes, for example, when like reminding people, hey, you had to pay back for this debt that you took or something like that, right? Okay, well, for that, part of that is try to understand where each person comes from and try to get to a resolution that is satisfying for both parties, but maybe maybe it isn't 100% of what each party wants. Anyways, I'm gonna try and see the details. I don't know why it doesn't want to show me the claimed content. I'm gonna start a secondary channel here, and then we are going to watch the listed claimant parts. I think I'm just gonna write the I already had this open. Where is the oi, where is the where is the did I delete it? No. Okay, see the details. I'm just gonna write a very note of the. Okay, so for Hal, I'm just gonna write like the notes of the fair use justification. So Hal's moving castle. I'm not showing that on a stream because I think it is better to keep that like in private, in just in case. The claimant segments are but a small portion of a wider commentary section where I add, that is to say, transformate, which is kind of a legal term. The original content with my own observations about the artistic merit of the work, particularly the animation, characterization and writing, as well as add my own voice acting from time to time. In the automated claim itself, you can observe are interspersed with many moments of original content. However, I do apologize that I might be... No, if I apologize, that might count as mens rea, so that guilty mind. So mens rea essentially means like, oh yeah, maybe you think that you were doing something wrong, so maybe that isn't like too cool. Transformative use of the public Netflix clip counts as fair use. I was also led for the purpose of advertising. The title, Howl's Moving Castle. By Studio Ghibli, it will be an acceptable platform. And there's a reason why I am using the word transformative so much in the claim. Again, it is something that holds relevant legal weight. I love your video, so cute. Thank you. If I can ask for a little favor, you don't have to do it often, but if you can have like the videos playing sometimes, even if it is at low volume or something, or if you can have them playing like while you're eating, while you're doing something else, etc., that can help a ton to get me to the total of 3,000 watch hours. This might be a bit of inside baseball, but in order to monetize your channel, you have to get a minimum of 500 subscribers and a minimum of 3,000 watch hours by legitimate viewers. And what I call as legitimate viewers is like people that actually use their YouTube account to like comment on things, watch accounts, etc. Of course, YouTube is very good at telling when a bot account is made only to increase the viewership of something. Or well, I guess they're not always very good considering all of the problems they had with bots. Spirited Away, I'm only going to write like a few notes to not waste a lot of time, but I am with Howl. I am pretty confident that I already had a good claim. Now I'll have to no, this is Ghibli. If I'm not mistaken, this should be Spirited Away. I recognize that I didn't do as much pausing. However, the voice acting and analysis of Haru as a character. A lot of observation about the artistry behind the clip. Being a Netflix clip, it is a less than 1% of the total work. Which, by the way, I should try to become better read on the concept of fair use, because it is probably going to be something very important for me in the future. Do you have any socials to post clips and stuff like that for more views? I have Twitter, and technically I had a Twitch. I tried to have a TikTok, but TikTok keeps shadow banning me, and I have been thinking that I should probably try to ask some help from a few people to like help me get out of the shadow ban. But generally speaking, TikTok doesn't really like Vtubers for a bunch of reasons. But I think I just got pretty unlucky. What I think, but this is only something that I am like theorizing, is that if I if I get a bunch of people that sorry, one moment please. If I get a bunch of people that are like regularly liking and commenting on the TikTok shorts that I make, then that will help TikTok convince that I am not a bot, that I am not like a fake account, because TikTok especially doesn't like the idea of like an animated character or someone that doesn't show their real face, etc. Doing content. I do not know if it is because of the AI stuff or something like that. So there's that with the Haru, right? Okay, Spirited Away. I did actually do some pausing with the Spirited Away thing. By the way, the coffin stream is supposed to start in like half an hour or something, right? I don't quite remember. Okay. And next time, a few months later, or 1 month later or something like that, then I think I might try to do these Netflix clips again, but again I'm going to like mirror the image. I'm going to just edit the image, the audio visual in some way so that the auto mode doesn't pick up on it too much. There is also a little bit of Castle in the Sky, so I'm going to add it a little bit here. Castle in the Sky. Not much pausing. A bit of commentary. And if Studio Ghibli still wants to reappeal or deny my appeal, I don't know if I will go to the point of actually doing the reappeal. I don't know if I want to bother that much. Now Toho, what is Toho? Toho is a harder ride, which I already saw that I don't want to bother with. By the way, some people, Petra Leon, coffee is training about 1 hour 15 minutes. Thank you so very much. Be right back. Welcome back. I mean, good luck. Looking forward to when you come back. Mwah. Mwah. Coffee stream in about 1 hour 15 minutes. Yeah, I think so. And this time I actually have I promised that this time I actually had a timer. I promised that I am being more organized now. During the co-working, by the way, I might take, and even during the coffee stream, I might take a few pauses here and there because I had to clean the house. I don't remember if I told you, Amici, before doing that, before saying that, um, some people, some people say, oh man, I am sure that the karaoke things like are the ones that cause you a lot of trouble, a lot of copyright claims, etc. It's actually pretty rare for that to happen. Because of two reasons. One of them is that I don't sing the kind of songs that will generally get me in problems with copyright, and the other reason is that I also utilize the karaoke versions of the actual songs. What bothers YouTube is if you use the actual instrumentals and stuff like that. It's like what that friend told me. What YouTube really cares about is to not have channels that try to have the entire movie playing and then they try to monetize that. And on a lesser degree, they also really don't want people to have like fully made artificial intelligent content and they try to monetize them. And they try to monetize that. I know that as YouTubers we often like antagonize YouTube a lot. To be brutally honest, sometimes that is pretty deserved. But I also try to understand why YouTube behaves in the ways that they do, because of the situations that they get placed themselves in. For example, a lot of people might be a bit annoyed about all of the COPA, Children Life Protection Act stuff, etc. But a lot of senators in the US made a lot of political noise about that, and that is something that bothers a lot of people. Additionally, I don't know if I should talk so openly about this. A lot of people are rightfully annoyed about all of the online identity stuff that many governments are pushing in around the world, etc. But I sometimes lurk into conversations of parent groups or people who are not as who are not anime fans like us, for example. And I do think that they are genuinely worried, that they are genuinely upset, and that they are genuinely bothered by certain things like cyberbullying, or by the way that some of the bad influences that kids might have online, etc. And when I hear some stories about people seeing stuff that they really shouldn't be seeing at such young ages, I don't want to talk about my pilot's personal history, but he himself saw when he was like 9 or 10 at a sleepover something that no child should have to see. I can understand why there might be a certain concern about that. By the way, the parent groups and all of the people that are pushing for this legislation, they didn't want to do these things at first. They were pretty adamant, at least some of them, that demanding the government to start doing these laws was the absolute last resort when they realized that that big tech and the big tech industries did not care, that they were not going to do anything serious to actually address these issues. I guess the big lesson from what we can take about all of these things is that if online communities, or really if any community, if any social group, remember, who was it that the US founding fathers said it? This is a legislation, this is a free legislation meant for a moral people. A republic if you can keep it, etc. etc. If a social group or a group of anything is not able to regulate themselves and to make sure that their own behavior falls within the lines of what is something that will not hurt other people, then the government will come and do those regulations for them, and the results are not going to be pretty. And if anything, it's even if it sucks, as a wider online community, we are paying the results of the fact that a lot of communities online, I don't mean just anime by the way, completely failed in trying to be a moral people and in trying to be a community that actually looks out for the weakest members in their society. And man, I'm really sorry that I am being so controversial. Maybe I should save this for the future non-alconist channel. But whenever you see one of these accounts that are making fun of someone that is like mentally ill, whenever you see some of these accounts that is making fun of women, that is insulting people, that is engaging in drama, I really want you to remember that. If we have to deal with a lot of this government overreach, this kind of immoral behavior is a very direct result of that. And I am not fully sympathetic to this kind of people having their free speech curtailed, because I had known and I had seen a lot of people who suffered enormously, a lot of people who felt that they had to walk away from their online identities, or even, sorry to say it like this, people who lost their life because of that online cruelty. So no, I don't feel bad that now the government is telling you is essentially punishing you for this. You get exactly what you deserve. It just sucks that we people who didn't do anything are also being caught in the crossbar. Wow, sorry, I didn't think I was going to talk about such heavy topics. I guess it was just something that I was carrying, and I was carrying on a lot. Incidentally, I think that I wrote all of the notes necessary for the for the copyright claims. So I guess we completed that part. People sorry, I just want to read on a little part here from a discussion that I was a little interesting. Yeah, okay. Okay, now I'm going to close session and I'm going to start my connect Discord event. It's okay, and it was important. Thank you. Are you okay, Helly? Generally, I am pretty okay. There are a few stuff that I had like going around in my head, and like a few stuff that I wanted to talk about, etc. But It's nothing to worry about. It's nothing to worry about. By the way, just to clarify one thing, the important announcement that I was mentioning, um, I am not graduating. I am not graduating from being a VTuber or any of that stuff. Please don't worry about that. I just wanted to clarify that beforehand because I know that a lot of people might interpret, oh, important announcement, oh, is he going to graduate, etc. Now, one little thing that I should mention though about this is sometimes I understand why some people will want to graduate, and I hope that their fan bases don't feel that it is a failure on the part of their fan bases or that something happened to them, etc. There are a lot of places in between that can be genuinely very painful and toxic, and of course, who knows what other stuff the person has in their going on in their interpersonal life. So please don't take a graduation like it is like it is the parent, or that it is the person on quote unquote dying, etc. Sometimes that happens because of things that are outside of the control of the audience or the VTubing. But again, I really want to clarify that I am not graduating or anything like that. Please don't worry about that. Excellent. Sorry for talking about such heavy stuff. Mm, I guess one last kinda strong, kinda heavy thing to say here. Um, I normally will try to avoid like talking about this kind of more literally kind of topics. But you know why I think that the US founding fathers say that line of a republic if you can keep it, or we know that this is a constitution that is made not for angels. They did not necessarily have a lot of faith in the idea that um, a population will be able to maintain the kind of morality and personal responsibility necessarily to maintain a free democracy. You have to remember that a lot of their modeling for for the republic system, which made the base for the common governments that we have nowadays, the republic systems of government we have nowadays, where people can vote for their leaders and representatives and stuff, um, was the famous example of Greek democracy, which fell victim to demagogy and like a lot of things happened to it. So there was always that little doubt of as soon as the kind of people that fought with their entire life for liberty die out and all of that becomes a distant memory, will these people be able to maintain the kind of personal responsibility, or however you might like to call it, to maintain a free society? And how to say it? Okay, I will not try to say it in a very direct manner. You don't really need to know the specifics anyways. But I saw someone on Twitter saying something that it was like the right to free speech to to keep posting and joking about that VTuber period tracking website, etc. Which, by the way, personally, it really bothered me because of the intention behind it. Because of what I knew the intention behind that VTuber ovulation tracking website was. And The reason why it bothered me was um, the right to free speech, or the right to be able to say the things that you believe. It is not something that just comes down from heaven on like you just have it. It is the result of many people that make the daily decision to, if it becomes necessary, to go out there and make the ultimate sacrifice so that in the future human civilization might be free. And that is something that happened many times throughout history. I am sorry. I hope I am not like scaring away people with all of the stuff that I'm saying here about history or civilization, etc. But there is a reason why I took the mantle of a ancient Western figure, of a figure from the Enlightenment. The kind of liberty and the kind of ability to self-determination that we have in our life is not something that just happened. It is the result of the sacrifices and of the efforts and of the suffering of hundreds of our ancestors, and that is something that is very important for me to. And I say me in the case of not just my pilot, because here I am speaking as the pilot, not so much as Alconius. It was the result of all of their efforts and all of their sweat and sacrifice. And I think that is something that's very important to be worth honoring. So that's why it bothered me a little bit when he said that it was like his free speech. Like it was not something that came down from the heaven. It was something that is the result of people that decided to give their entire lives so that people can be free. And I think a part of that means appreciating and respecting the sacrifice that went into that freedom, into that liberty, by using it not necessarily only for moral things. It's not like you have to do the moral thing every time, but so that you can live honestly and that you can live in a way that you can be happy, proud of. It's why it bothers me so much, for example, when I see like some people online being like misogynistic to some girl who doesn't deserve it, who didn't do anything for it, or who, for example, just tells someone to unalive themselves, etc. I just keep thinking a lot, brother. Your grandfather, your ancestor didn't get risk getting holes in his body for that. Or in my case, for example, my grandfather didn't risk getting unalive for me to just stay awake all night watching indecent materials or something like that. Which, by the way, there is absolutely nothing wrong with if you want to watch porn from time to time. It is your right as a free human being. But I genuinely want people to remember the sacrifices that were made so that we can have these heavenly gifts, such as freedom, such as the ability to have a normal life, such as the ability not to be slaves to a king, such as the ability to have running water or electricity. It genuinely is something very important. And of course, to have the everyday miracle that we can communicate throughout continents and even in a certain way throughout centuries. um, to know our brothers and sisters in humanity and know that we are not alone. Sorry, I guess that came off more as something that like stories of all world right. I don't know. I got very carried away. Sorry. Okay, that was the pilot speaking, and I will try to go back to Alconis. And I really do apologize that I got distracted by all of that. Just please note that it is not something that I wouldn't say unless it was, sorry, a genuinely important point for me. Blah. I didn't scare anyone off by saying anything of that, right? Please. Sorry. I really hope I didn't scare people off with that. sorry. I just hope that I didn't. Okay. Alcanis. I guess since we're in a big moment of honesty, I will confess, sometimes I feel a little bit insecure about how distant I feel from like a lot of the big corporate VTubers. Like, sometimes I think that I am not a real VTuber unless the big corporate VTubers, I shouldn't name the agency names, like even know that I exist or something. But I think I should also like try to be a little bit realistic and recognize that even if they want to talk to you or something, corporate VTubers also have to be a bit careful with how they interact with random indies because they don't know how those indies are like. They don't know if they are secretly going to be a crazy person or if they are going to be like someone that is going to cause them problems or something like that. And so they do have to be a little bit careful. And of course, because this is a career for them, they also have to be very tactical in the way that they handle themselves, in thinking, is this something that's going to be beneficial, or is this person going to say something that's going to cause me problems in the future, etc. And I am not mad, I am not resentful at them or anything about it, of course, because I understand that this is a job, that stuff is a job for them, so they have to treat it as a job. But yeah, I often feel like a failure when I am not like in a, for example, I am not a review or something like that. But again, I also have to be like a little bit, you know, a little bit realistic in that. Here we are, okay. Schedule time slots, we're gonna make a duplicate here and we're gonna change schedule time slot into eveg in text. We're gonna call it eveg in text. Oops. Schedule times, no. We're just gonna place this here for now. We're gonna hide this for now. We don't need to put it in here. So, I am going to just place the timer countdown 3, Lua. 20 minutes for countdown T. Timer. Coffee no fandom daily starting soon. Excellent. Schedule timing, schedule time slot 2, and we're gonna have it like read from file. Read from file. Where is the dear me, what is the tool for scripts? Countdown Lua. Open file location. Excellent. Let me copy this and let me open into this. Read from file. Oh, right. It's not from file. Degradation mode. Where did you put the? I'm so sorry, Holly. I had to go. It's 3 a.m. I had some more tomorrow. It's okay. It's totally okay. I will try to start a stream earlier next time, by the way. It's just today I had to start the stream a bit late because I have to. I slept 12 hours and I also had. Oh, right. It's from a timer. We're just gonna select the timer. I had some other stuff going on, but next time I'm going to try to start the stream a bit earlier. I think my closest hour will be Easter time, right? I will try to start a stream next time at 18 Easter time, so you had more time to hang around the stream. Now, one thing that I would like to say before you go, just so you know, there is a possibility that I might reduce stream times, that 1 week it will be 1 stream a week and another week it will be 2 stream a weeks, and I will also try to emphasize more collab streams, and collab streams will have to be adapt themselves to my collab partner. But just so you know, partly why I do that is because I want to also emphasize my other non-Vtuber activities. I hope you understand. It's that it's for a bunch of reasons. Partly the thing with partly the thing with the Ghibli stuff, like really really turned me off, so it didn't help quite a bit. Set list timer 5 minutes. Okay, we're gonna rename this as timer 7 minutes. Okay, excellent. And now let us reset the clock, reset the timer. Beautiful. Sounds fun. Thank you. Also, let us no. No. Where is contour? Okay. Excellent. And a little bit here. Okay. Now, we need to change it to a different color. To keep it on theme, we are going to have it as a cyan color. I think that will be cuter. It's okay for now. Have fun, Hallie. Enjoy your stream. Night, night. Had a wonderful sleep, my dear. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I know you're going to do amazing tomorrow because you're an amazing person. You make everyone smile that you know, and you really bring a sunshine to everyone's life. You are loved by far more people than you think. Okay, see you soon. Mwah. Don't forget to eat, right? Actually, I shall bring my water in just a bit. Okay. Let us continue with the oratory notes of the user Graham, and then I think we can start at least a little bit. I think with the video editing. I want to at least try to get some of that done. Okay, one more Twitch ad and then we start. I am sorry that I had so much anxiety. But believe it, my grandfather did not have a lot. Well, no, probably he also did get pretty scared. But my grandfather also probably get pretty scared when he was about to face go into a battle. So I shouldn't be so whiny. My grandfather's blood flows through my veins. So give me courage, my friend. Give me courage, my grandfather. Be swift, my soul, to answer in me jubilant my feet, as our God goes marching on. Yeah, this isn't a big deal. This isn't a big deal. This isn't a big deal. Wow, 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 wow. Can someone on chat tell me if we are back online? Because the connection dropped for a little bit there. Was not focused on dealing with the doubts. See, I am getting more organized. Understand that. This whole passage. Okay. I'm gonna like allow a few notes here below. Paradise Reviews 1533, grazie mille per essere tornato, per venire a questa trasmissione, grazie, grazie. Thank you, thank you. Howell Joshua Graham. I think 5 minutes sub is too long. 1 minute will be good in my opinion. It was inspired by how Random the Orc has his sorry. Just finishing this line for a moment. Oh, his DLC, I don't remember the name. Has his setting to you had to be subscribed for like 1 day or something before commenting. In his case, it was in order to um, to avoid all of the harassment that he got from his previous life. And because at the time I was very worried that I will get a lot of harassment from being a male Vtuber, I set it up to 5 minutes to avoid dealing with people that like will try to subscribe, wait 1 minute, and then say something mean. But I think I could probably lower it to one. To 1 minute without much problem, because I seem to just not attract an audience that will be particularly hurtful in that manner. If you're wondering also why um, Ah, you were joking. I see, I see. I bet at the fire. This speech is very, very important to me, so that's why I want to like get it really, really right. Every day I had to change my bandage, but it only steals my determination. Is the Ikido. That part must be near perfect. That part must be near perfect. But as usual, Grahan and yourself. Okay, I think that's enough for now. Now we have to go to the video editing. And it's totally okay, by the way. My GP is itself not the bestest in the planet. What is the oratory window? Excellent, okay. Now I am going to take out, I will have to take out my model for a moment, because I'm going to enter DaVinci Resolve. And it's a bit difficult for my computer to handle the video editor and Brave Bros and DaVinci Resolve and OBS at the same time and all that. There is actually a particular part that I want to get. I'm just gonna add the markings and the commentary, because I don't have the stream in which I actually want to get. Although I think I have an idea. that might work. Where is Solfege? Gaming, commissions, songs and videos, improves, review, historicals. Hey, where is my clipping? No, Solfege, audition, gaming, shorts, historical. Where is reviews? Alconis! It's not clipping. Okay, we're gonna make a new folder. Reviews and videos. I know we're running out of time. I am sorry. Oh my. What did you do? What did you do with my folder? As the section contains a... I cannot believe you. New folder. Reviews and videos. By the way, I think the people that might be a bit more emotionally involved. Sorry, I'm gonna close my door for a moment. Ugh. New project. Um, Rogue Fable 4. So I think the people that are more emotionally involved with me, um, they're probably not on chat right now. So I guess I feel a little comfortable saying this. Um, I I don't want you to worry a bit too much about it, but I guess I want to be honest with you about this as well. Um, uh, One of the jobs that I have is a job that is kind of like physically dangerous. I didn't want to get back into doing a lot more of it. It's kind of freelance, so I can decide how much of it I can do. But sometimes it can like end up with me getting, I can get hurt really bad by it. I would really rather not have to go back to doing that kind of job, but you know, between this person that got sick, like that has to do the surgery, this other person that has to do surgery for polyps. Some people are really unfortunate, I guess. Well, it's like that friend who told me, okay, I understand where you're coming from, man, because I know and I understand that in the country you live in, things really are like that. Things really are like unfortunate like that. Um, Sorry about that. Um, there are certain things I have to do which I would rather not do. And there might or might not be a person that implied that they will pay me X amount of. I shouldn't be saying these things as Alconist, but I am going to say it as Alconist for the time being, and then I will leave this stuff for the alternate account once I make that. Which, by the way, I am thinking of making an account separate for Alconist, also where I can say more of that personal stuff, and Alconist can be purely like a traditional Vtuber character. The, there's a person that told me Rock Feather 4, here it is. They wouldn't be completely against the idea of paying me certain amount of money if I went on a date with them. And originally, I didn't really take that offer very seriously because it was like a bit like, ah, what? But I mean, you know what? If it is a way to free people from my mother from all of the debts that she has, and a friend from all of the problems that she has, and if this other person can get her surgery done, etc., then maybe it will be good to do it. I don't know. Okay, I had the notes in here, and let us check. Headpad, thank you. I will say a lot of those things are stuff that I really didn't want to do. Like I really didn't want to do, and I am genuinely scared of losing a limb or something on my other job, and therefore no longer being able to dance or something like that. Um, but I have to face the reality that at least not yet that the channel isn't at a point where it can replace the financial support for to get those streams. And in the case of especially in the case of the dates, Maybe there is also reasons beyond just money for why I decided I might go ahead and do it. Maybe I want to be a bit more like Griffith than I would care to admit. If I allow something so little like fear or embarrassment or shame stop me from my dream, then you know. How is it that Griffith says it in that scene? Where in the Japanese version, I really don't like how the English version translated. I cannot be so naive as to think that a dream or as ambition as big as I have could be achieved without me um, staining my own blood or heart in my own body or something like that. Like that's just how it is for some people. It's unfortunate I was born in a third world country, but that's just how it is. Sorry, I shouldn't have said something so heavy like that. Where is anime and game reviews, video scripts and links, video scripts and links? Um, no worries, thank you. Thank you so much for understanding. And I also hope if people understand why I sometimes start getting a bit more into. I guess I will try to get into the habit now of. Oh, hey. Tell you what, let's take out this timer. Let's start. Let's end in the 5 minute timer. Just give me like 5 minutes more. Existent timers. Where is timer? 5 minutes. There we go. If I start trying to plug some of the other stuff a bit more, etc. It is not just being greedy. It is simply that I want to try and do my best for the people around me. Also, yeah, here we can have this. I know that I said this before, but I genuinely cannot think of stuff that I really want for myself. Beyond, for example, like maybe a few games on stream, but on Steam, but mostly that is to play games on Steam. I don't really ever play a lot of games off stream. It's just not something that I had much of an interest in. Okay. We already had controls. Where is the window? We can start
Is
here.
it the roguelike genre? It could be argued that the Rock Paper franchise made for one of the best passion projects to bring a modern veneer to what was once one of the mainstays of 90s gaming. Spending around a decade in development, this modern incarnation and dedicatory to the roguelike genre has amassed a decent cult following for itself. But what is a roguelike?
For the time being, it doesn't matter if it shows any personal information because this stream is about to be completed anyways. So it doesn't really matter if I had to cut it short. Yeah, okay. Chrome extension, we're gonna keep it over here, we're gonna have it here, and we're gonna look for YouTube. We're gonna look for my own thingy. Do we already do the transition? Okay, let's first add the thing here, and let's see if it shows anything bad in the inspector. I don't think it's showing the file bad in the inspector or anything. File, resolution, audio codec, format, name. Yeah, okay. You and Michi are very nice people, so I'm sure that I can trust you if like anything, any personal information is showing up. How much of the CPU is being taken over? Not too bad. We can stop the bridger camera, and then that takes a lot of CPU power off. By the way, if you donate to me, first I will have to use a lot of those donations to help the people around me. My father seems to be doing okay. He actually clarified that to me multiple times that don't worry about me, son. I am doing okay as long as I don't get sick or anything. Like I am not hurting for money. My mother is the one that has quite a few medical debts, and as I mentioned,
nowadays
it's this family connection of mine, the one that is like
nowadays it can be widely agreed that
is
the
having
central focus
problems.
of gaming is no longer in the triple
But in my
titles,
case,
which
generally
surely will
speaking,
always have their place.
most of what you donate to me once that stuff is completed. Okay, I didn't do the transition yet, sorry. Okay. Is most likely going to be stuff for the channel. You don't need to see the volume balancing thingy, and the problem with the thing is that if we go to the media pool window, I am worried that will actually show the file path. No, it doesn't seem like it is actually showing. Transcribe? Oh, okay, so transcribe is from import block, cloudr, thumbnail view, metadata view. Okay, metadata is the one that I probably have to avoid. But nothing bad is showing up. I mean, DaVinci Resolve is one of those programs that is kind of like Photoshop, in that you can have like Photoshop or Reaper, in that you have full control over everything that's going on in the program, so you can fully customize it. Sorry, I don't know why I'm feeling so much anxiety. I'm going to like drink a little bit of coffee, which, by the way, coffee is like the worst thing you can take if you have anxiety. As long as you're not doing anything you're not comfortable with, if you're taking that offer. One thing that does worry me a little bit about that, if I can be honest, is, for example, if they want to get a bit too pushy or if they want to get a bit too pressury, and it can be a bit difficult for me to say no, or like they straight out don't listen to me and like they make me do something I don't want to do or something like that. That is one thing that worries me a little bit. um, I should say that with the clarification that the person in question that I'm talking about is a guy that I know IRL. Well, not know, but that I am familiar with IRL. So it is not inconceivable for them to physically overpower me. Jesus, that is going into a very coarse territory. Scratch that off the record.
Chapter plays, but in indie games, the passion projects that follow the singular vision of one dedicated game developer can lead people to discover long forgotten genres of gaming that had long fallen out of popularity. Even more than that, when you get to see why the creator loves,
Mm,
when you get
even more than that. I want some effect in here, but I am not entirely sure. What code are we going to use for a close-up? We're going to use Bing for a close-up. Gradual close-up should be something sweet and fading. By the way, if you can press Alt and you press on the marker, you can automatically expand the time of the marker. Pretty
even more
useful.
than that, when you get to see
Let's just cut it over here.
when you get to see why the creator loves those genres of games so much through the perspective of their own game, you can't help but feel moved and connected by their own addition to the genre.
An image. I guess I'm gonna add pink for an image.
By their own addition to the genre. To the
Okay, we ran out of time for the editing, right? I'm just gonna place a 3-minute more alarm here, and we take a small break. Palpitations. I had palpitations a very few times, but especially I had palpitations when I took way too much paroxetine. Coffee never gave me too much palpitations. I don't know if it is because I never really took that much coffee. But clarification, I am not a medical doctor and you should really consult your cardiologist, even if you had palpitations in the past, because it might be indicating of an underlying heart issue. But something that helped me the few times that it happened was that like try to do a few movements, try to breathe slower, try to get something for your heart to relax. But I'm really sorry you had to go through that experience, because palpitations really, really, really are not fun. Okay, now I'm gonna like try and look for ZATSU COWORKING. Hey, there are two people. There is one people watching this Alconese person. I don't like his model. I'm gonna be honest to you, Amici. I do not like the model that this Alconese person uses. To be entirely honest, I do worry that the Shota model turns off a lot of people. Even though I don't. Right. The goal for today. The goal for today is going to try and use my diaphragm and keep a good posture. Even
Even though I don't use a lot of the accent, and I practically never even try to talk like a shota at all. Um, I still do worry that it turns people off when they see a shota model, because a lot of people get bothered by it. Oh, that's pretty good. I had known of a few Ian Shota VTubers that do amazing. They genuinely sound like kids, and I had no idea how they do it. Had you ever heard Miyavi doing a Shota voice? It's genuinely amazing. And if you want to check out um, quote unquote old holostars, please check out Yagami Kira from Holostars Gen 1. It's insane how good he was at it. Like, it's genuinely incredible how good he was at it. But it goes to show just how malleable the voice is. If you heard Miyavi or Kira speak in their normal voices, or for example, if you hear Kira like talking in his deep voice, you will never even imagine that he could do something like that. But he can. So that's genuinely something amazing. Shark764, grazie mille per essere tornato a questa trasmissione. Grazie, grazie. Funny, I went to the Holostar and Cola Cafe earlier. Wow, really? Recently I saw a video that there was a really big gathering in Malaysia. It was a while ago, where like a fan gathering, a fan convention that they did for Holostars in Malaysia, and that was so beautiful. We need to do a read of that one day. I had no idea that there were so many Holostars fans in Malaysia. Also, this this might be a little embarrassing to admit, but I was watching the audience singing along to some of the performance from some of the Holostars, and I completely I completely forgot that a good majority, I don't know if a good majority, but a good amount of the fans from Holostars are female starming. That oh yeah, women actually like women actually like male VTubers. I completely forgot about that. There was actually a particularly cute one where she was like singing along so romantically, and I think she had an alter plushie with her or something. It was super cute. Okay, rock fabled them. I heard about that. I think it was like a really big deal at the time. At least I imagined that it was like a really huge deal at the time. I really hope nothing bad showed there. There we go. Reminder that you're awesome. We are just gonna have this like playing on in the background, so that we can have an idea of how it is supposed to look. And I am sorry that there's going to be a little bit of a mismatch sometimes. Can we actually, no, let's go increasing little by little. I miss my Kamiyoshi. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I just really miss them. But it's funny, right at the moment of greatest heartbreak, Miyavi-san and Miyavi's kindness was there to save me. It's funny how destiny works like that. Then reminder about 5 more minutes to your coffee stream. Yeah, we're about to run out of time. Actually, I don't know why
The timer didn't activate. I set a timer for 3 minutes here. Thank you for reminding me. Do we actually want to? No, we don't want to have time.
To the medium. Alchemist, don't jump the script at the first minute. Medium. Alchemist, don't jump the script at the first minute. And in the and
Can we just like get this to the? Oh, no, don't do that. Okay, fine. Let's just decrease the size here.
made for one of the best passion projects to bring a modern veneer to what was once one of the mainstays of 90s gaming. Spending around a decade in development, this modern incarnation and dedicatory to the roguelike genre has amassed a decent cult following for itself. But what is a roguelike? But what is
Okay. Visual effect. What do we want for visual effect? I'm just gonna be organizing a bit of this later, and later on I'm going to add shortcuts for specific color markers. No, crop, or let's just crop here. No, not crop. Let's just transform here.
But what is a roguelike?
Wonderful. I love when people had multiple plushes of the rushes. I had a couple. Just a funny anime gear on the screen or anything like that. They were a real person that existed and a real person that we shared so many important moments with. And it's difficult to describe just how valuable that was. So if it is at all possible, not necessarily just a plushie, like any kind of merch, I would really recommend you to try and get one, because it really is. I look at mine and I remember all of the good moments that we shared, and all of the very important emotional reassurance, emotional love, and all of the important lessons that I got thanks to her. Obviously, because I want this to be about cute boys, etc., I will not talk much about my Kamiyoshi, and also because of privacy reasons. But just know that she really is very important to me, and she really changed my life for the better. Very similar to how Miyavi also changed my life for the better. Um, no crying. I will not cry. No crying. No crying. No crying. Not crying. Um, But yeah, I would heartily recommend you if that is at all a possibility. Okay, so that that is it for the co-working stream. We are going to start the coffin stream in. Please do give me 5 minutes of rest, then I'm going to start the waiting room in 5 minutes. I do apologize for taking a bit long. I just like have to prepare a little bit, mentally, emotionally, etc. But things are walking forward. At least it's good to know that things are walking forward. I don't want to be too gloomy, but I am at the very least assured. You know how I said earlier in the Twitter that no matter what happens, I know I'm going to keep being Alconist, no matter what. And in meditations, there is a lot of Stoic talk that as long as you keep a righteous spirit and as long as you keep pursuing virtue, then things like passing away or having your time come, etc., they really shouldn't be a matter of concern to you. And now I understand and I can be at peace that no matter whatever might happen to me in the future, everything that I did so far, it is something that I did out of belief, out of sincere belief, and out of sincere love. So I can be happy about everything that I did, and that even if my life was a failure, I did the things that I believe in, and I can at least be at peace with that. Sorry, that is a bit too heavy to lay on people. I really should start trying to make the secondary account. And I will talk a bit more about the secondary account when we start the coffee stream. But for now, see you very soon. Grazie mille a tutti gli gente che passeranno per questa trasmissione. Grazie a Little Sunshine 20. Grazie a sorry. Grazie a Onamushi, grazie a Paradise Views 1533. I am glad that your GP gets stronger every day. You're a guy? I'm only here for the alpha. Oh, so that's what you were joking about. Grazie a Onan Muchamari, grazie a Petra Leon, grazie a Shark764. I think that should be everyone. Okay, see you in like 10 minutes. See you.